Center title placeholder. Level 1. Accessibility on the web. Please allow me to introduce myself. Subtitle placeholder. Level 1. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Brian Dalton. This is not how I really speak, but it's the way my screen reader JAWS does. Align center. JAWS is more than a shark that swims in the sea. It has been my friend since 1995 and acts as my eyes on the World Wide Web. It enables me to do things like read the newspaper, check the football results, buy concert tickets, book flights to fun destinations, see what's on in the cinema, shop in the supermarket for all those nice goodies. Web pages have to be nice to JAWS so I can do all these cool things. In this presentation, I will take you through what JAWS needs to ensure I'm happy and contented. There are approximately...
Even if I wanted to speak that high, I don't think I could. Hi everybody, I am Brian. It's great to be here. Thanks so much to all the UXDX crew for having me along today. As the lady said, who is actually a real voice, her name is Karen Jacobson. No mistaking the accent, she's from Australia. She's used in lots of technical gadgets. She's used on my iPhone. I know taxi companies use her in their GPS systems as well. And there we've borrowed her as well for JAWS, for screen reading. So she's a well-traveled lady. But what we're going to do is take you through some of the requirements in terms of accessibility, show you some websites that I would use, show you some of the functionality that's important to me in websites to enable me to navigate, and we'll have plenty of time for some Q&A at the finish. So lots of time for your questions, either at the end or throughout the day. I will be around during the day as well. So let's kick on then, and we'll rock on to the next slide.
No selection.
So I spent a lot of time looking at some graphics here to give you the best possible view that I could. But this is how JAWS actually look like. It is a picture of a shark. Before I bought JAWS in the 90s, I did think that JAWS was something that swam in the sea, and he terrified the life out of me. So that's how the logo for JAWS looks like. So what is JAWS? It's more than just a shark. It is a screen reader, so it does what it says on the tin. It reads what's on the screen, as you've heard, to a blind or visually impaired user. It doesn't come cheap though. It's about €1,500 to buy the professional version of JAWS. In the early 90s when I began using it, first of all, I took a bank loan out. I asked my mum to go guarantor. Her heart nearly sank to her boots when she found out the price tag. But I did come through, we got JAWS, and I did pay her back. It can be fully customized to the user's preferences, and I'll show you some of that as we go through the presentation. We can speed it up, slow it down. It can speak all punctuations, no punctuations. You can get it to read certain areas of your screen and focus on certain areas of your screen as well.
Body placeholder. No selection. Title placeholder. Level 1. Process.
So how does a blind person navigate a screen? Well, the first thing that I would do if I saw a screen for the very first time is I would build up an image in my mind of what the screen actually looked like. So where are things positioned on the screen? Top left, bottom right-hand corner, top right, bottom left. And then I would obviously have a fair idea as to what the page is made up of, how it's constructed, what links are on the page, and where will they take me when I click those links. So just the same as you would have if you close your eyes, look around the room, close your eyes, you've got a picture in your head of what this room looks like, where I am in relation to you. If you close your eyes, you've got the same thing as I have. You've got a picture in your head of what the room looks like and where everybody is positioned.
No selection. To select an object. Title placeholder. Level 1. Making web content accessible.
Making web content accessible. This is what JAWS likes best. So what does he like? Well, or she. So what we look for is clear headings. Can we navigate around the page using headings? Are all the links labeled? Do they do what they say they're going to do? Is there good descriptive text on all the links? Are the buttons labeled? So when I hit the B key, because every action that you do with a mouse must also be able to be performed by a keyboard or a screen reader user. So if I want to click a button, I should be able to hit the letter B, and it should jump me to the button, and it should tell me what the button is. If I want to hit the go to home page, I should be able to pull all the links together and hit the letter G to take me right to where I want to go. And all graphics and symbols, they should all be labeled as well to tell the screen reader user what they're going to look at and what the image that's in front of them on the screen is. That's what I mean about making web content accessible. So what I have up there is good design enables, bad design disables. So obviously if you've got good HTML5 content built in from the get-go, you're on a winner straight away.
Body placeholder. No selection. title placeholder, level 1, important considerations.
And these are some important considerations as well when looking or when designing web pages to get a good structure to your web page to allow a screen reader user like myself to navigate easily and to make sure that there's a good, friendly user experience, because that's what we really like to achieve.
No selection, title placeholder, level 1, important considerations.
Okay, and these are just some more considerations that you can do, and we can make these slides available later on if anybody would like to have a look at them later on.
No select, title placeholder, level 1, screen reader development.
So we're going to come back to that at the very end, because what we'll do is I will show you how screen readers have developed
demo size.
since the early 1990s, since I began using this stuff way a long time ago. So let's get into some real meat then. Let's get into some demonstrations
Amazon.
of some of the websites that I would regularly video.
Movies at RTE News.
So the news is always something that I like to find out what's going on. And have I set up Wi-Fi? I haven't.
Internet Explorer, you're not connected to a...
Can I get Wi-Fi? Sorry. But while we're waiting for the good guys on the job, let's explain. So obviously what I want to do is bring up the RTE webpage. This is a very heavily populated page. It's got lots of content on there. It's got lots of news stories. So what I want to be able to achieve here is to navigate a web page. Is JAWS up, is it?
JAWS isn't open.
Let me see. So what I want to be able to do is navigate a web page using headings to reach various news stories and be able to read the content from within those news stories. So let's see if we can get our friendly
Lisa
shark back here.
4.01
And we
build
can.
51.
Okay.
Top of file, blank, news, UXDX, news latest.
So we're on the RT page and we're in business. So let's navigate by heading.
Address and search used, toolbar security, news latest breaking news stories, wrapping to top. Bill to legalize abortion services introduced in dial heading level 3 link.
So I'm navigating the page by heading at the moment, browsing all the stories on the RT website.
Tusk says Soviet Union remarks and wise and insulting heading level 3 link. Minister briefly discussed broadband plan with bidder heading level 3 link.
So if I want
Minister
to-
Dennis Norton said he has never been directly involved.
If I want to take any of those stories and read those, what we can do is we can open a link to that story.
Blank, heading level 3 link. Minister briefly discussed broadband plan with bidder.
And again, it tells me exactly what the link to the story is. So it does what it says on the tin. Let's see what it'll take us there.
Minister Dennis Norton. Minister briefly discussed.
Okay, so let's read that then.
Heading level 1. Minister briefly updated /Thursday. Thursday, the 4th of October 2018, 14:22. Link sharer /sharer. Link share article.
So we can share the story
Send
if
mail
we
link
want
one.
to.
Minister Dennis Norton said he has
But
never
here's the
been
article.
directly involved in the procurement process. Minister Dennis Norton said he has never been directly involved in the procurement process. Link 933401 Petula Martin. Link by Petula Martin, business journalist. The Minister for Communications has confirmed that he attended a dinner in New York hosted by the head of the bid for the National Broadband Plan, at which issues relating to the bid were briefly discussed. Speaking on RT.
So we can read any of those stories via that method. Just loading up the RT webpage, browsing the story by heading, and clicking on the link, which is clearly described to tell me exactly what it is. So that would be an example of good accessibility, good A11Y features built into a website. Now let's head off to the movies. So we've heard all the bad news, we've heard all the sad news.
Window, ready.
Let's go to the movies.
JAWS Professional. UXDX JAWS Professional. UXD JAWS Professional. Folder view downloads Dropbox demo site. Demo site. Items. Amazon. Aer Lingus. Movies at Dundrum.
Time for some entertainment.
Movies at Dundrum. Movies Internet.
Just let me drag it over.
H demo. Movies at Dundrum.
So a couple of years ago, I wanted to take my goddaughter off to the movies. It was her birthday, so my treat as her godfather was to take her off to the movies and let her go to any movie that she wanted and then buy her lunch afterwards. So a colleague in work at the time said to me, I think it would be a good idea, Brian, if you booked the movie ticket, and while you were at it, if
Movies
you also
at Dun-
booked the seats as well. Much more user-friendly experience. So I thought it was a great idea. So this is a different movie up because we're 2 years later, but the same problem still happens. So let me show you what that is.
Movies at
So we can read about the movie.
Event details and show times heading level 2. Movie title is Movies at Dundrum. Movies Internet Explorer. Event details and Disney's Christopher Robin heading level 3.
So it's Disney's Christopher Robin. This is one of the latest movies out at the time. It was Smurfs: The Lost Village when I wanted to book.
Blank.
So we can read all about the movie.
Table with 2 columns blank. Heading level 3 Disney's Christopher Robin. Blank. Table with 2 columns and 2 rows.
We've got a table telling me the length of the movie and who's starring in the movie as
Release
well.
date. Set directed by Mark Forster. Column 1. Top of column. Genre. Animation. Adventure. Comedy. Row 2. Runtime. 104. Column 2.
104 minutes, close to 2 hours. Let's read a little bit about
Table
it.
end. Blank. Starring Hayley Atwell, UNMC Gregor, Chris O'Dowd. Blank.
Okay, so we know who's in it.
Synopsis. Working class family man Christopher Robin encounters his childhood friend Winnie the Pooh, who helps him to rediscover the joys of life.
Right, okay, so we get a brief synopsis of what it's about. Here's the clanger.
Blank. Note. Times shown in red are sold out.
Did you see that? Times shown in red are sold out. To a screen reader user, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Right, so I've hit my first blocker straight away, right? So maybe I'm better off just going in and taking my position in the queue. But so I had to get a colleague to complete the task of booking the seats. An obvious error, an obvious accessibility error. I did contact Movies at Dundrum, but they don't seem to have fixed it. But let's push it on further.
Blank. Note. Times shown in red. Please select.
Now, I got this checked yesterday by a colleague, and I was told that no times are shown in red. Don't know if that's still the case today, but let's aim to book something.
Table with 5 columns and 8 rows.
So it's good because there's a certain amount of accessibility implementation in that there's a table view, so I can navigate the table quite easily, moving from row to row and column to column by using the up, down, left and right arrow. So this is actually quite a good way of doing it, but it's a pity I just can't complete it. Let's press on.
Friday the 5th of October 2018, row 2.
Okay, so we know the date.
Link 1350, column 2.
And we know the time, and I'm going to assume that this is not one of those red times. Let's see.
1350 link, movies at Dundrum Movies. Page has 6 headings and 25 links. Heading level 2
Okay, so it's loaded the page up. So now I obviously want to book by ticket, so I have to choose the type of ticket that I'm going to go for. And this is a really important consideration in terms of accessibility implementation. All the fields need to be clearly labeled to allow a screen reader user to know exactly what they are. So as you'll see, I'm going to tab through these fields using the tab key, and all content must also appear in a logical tab order to allow me to do that with correct field labels. So let's try.
Combo box, none. Combo box, none. Here link. Combo box, none.
Now
1
it
of
doesn't
11.
tell me what the ticket type there is. All I hear is combo box, none. Now a combo box is the way I would select the amount of each ticket that I'd like, but I don't know what ticket type is selected here. I did go through this with a colleague last night, and what happens is, as you'll see, the fields aren't labeled correctly. So I'll tab on.
Large suite combo deal plus tickets at €18.95 combo box.
Large
None. 1 of
suite
11.
plus combo deal. That's what I'm hearing, but that's not how it's appearing in reality, because the field labels that I'm hearing from my screen reader are not in sync with what's going on at the screen. So there's a big labeling issue here. So I could
Medium
probably
suite.
end up paying way over the odds to take my godchild to the cinema through choosing the wrong ticket type. And that's why issues like field labels, issues like having content structured in a logical tab order are critical to a screen reader user. So I didn't get any further with this, needless to say, by myself. I had to get a colleague to complete
Virtual
it.
piece.
We did go to the cinema, and it was really good. So it did actually end well.
Closed document window.
So let's
Demo site.
have a look at some shopping.
RTE new. Amazon.
Amazon
Internet Explorer.
UK is a site
Amazon.co.uk.
that I would use regularly.
Desk.
It's a site that I probably
Tab
use
Am-
way too much, but there you go. My credit card's certainly feeling the pinch. But they do have good accessibility
Amazon.
features
Tab
built
now.
in.
Tab Amazon.co.
So let me just...
It's not full screen. I can't. It's
You're a tab Amazon.co.uk.
Can you change it to full screen by any chance?
Amazon. Context. Maximize. Leaving menus.
Okay. So let's have a look.
Top of file. Address and Amazon.co.uk. Amazon navigation
So the way I would look on Amazon is I would search for whatever I want, because I ain't going to spend 2 hours browsing through all the content that Amazon have got up there. So let's do that.
Search, edit.
So you heard there the way it said search, edit. So that allows me to interact with the field on this form and put in some content that I want to find. So I'm a bit of a music geek and a bit of a sound geek, so I'm going to look for some Bose Sound Sport headphones. Now I have JAWS set up, again, to my preferences that it won't echo user characters as I type them in. I could have it set up that it would echo absolutely everything, which would drive me around the bend, which is why I don't have it set up. So I'm just going to type it in, and we'll hit enter. And that little bleep that you heard there coming from the screen reader, that signals to me that it's come out of the forms mode, as we call it, the way a screen reader would interact with what's on the page. So I'm back to what they call the virtual cursor, and we'll talk about that in the last web demo that I'll give. And the virtual cursor is the cursor that I would use to read the content that's on the screen. So let's have a look.
Amazon.
We'll browse by heading.
Search results heading level 1.
So we've got our search results up.
116 of 103. Salt bar. 116 of 103 results for both.
There's 103 results. I'm not going to take you through all this, I promise. Let's find one of them.
Salt by. Combo box collapsed Bose Sound Sport Bluetooth wireless in-ear headphones black heading level 2 link.
So again, I'm moving by heading. It tells me what the product is. It tells me the color of it, that it's black, because Amazon have put a lot of time and effort into the link text that they use on their pages.
Bose Sound Sport Bluetooth wireless in-ear headphones aqua blue heading level 2
So
link.
it's aqua blue.
Bose Sound Sport free truly wireless sport headphones black heading level 2 link.
And these are black. So let's open up this one.
Bose Sound
Simply
Sport.
by pressing enter on a link, it will activate it and take you to that page. So what I'm going to look for here is the product description. And again, good structure on these pages. Lots of headings, heading level 1 and heading level 2, and good link text as well.
Title is
Okay.
Bose Sound Sport free truly wireless. Bose Sound frequently bought together heading level 2. Customers who special offers and compare with
let's
similar
move
right.
down.
Have a question heading level. Have a question product details head sponsored product. Product description heading level 3.
This is what we want to find out. What's it going to do for us? Let's see.
Blank. No eyes mean no limits. And Bose Sound Sport free headphones are truly wireless, so you can enjoy total freedom of movement with nothing, not even a single cord in your way. The acoustic package is designed to deliver sound so clear and powerful it will motivate you to go.
So fully describes to me what the product is, and again, I can set JAWS that it will read all that text in a continuous way as well if I want to. Are there any buttons on this page? Let's
Bose
see.
Sound Sport free go button.
There's a go button.
Add to basket button.
The
Add to
important
shopping
one,
basket.
add to basket. Button, clearly labelled, right there on the page. I could get there very easily by pressing the letter B. I won't add it to my basket because I'm afraid to check my credit card. But that's how a feature like a button would work, and that's how Amazon would work. The checkout procedure is very accessible, and all the forms on Amazon are in a good state as well in terms of accessibility. So the final web page
Close
I'll have a look at
document window.
will be the Aer Lingus web page, because I did mention flights earlier on when we had JAWS up.
UXDX accessibility.
Are we for time?
3.5 months.
Grand.
Title placeholder. Level 1. Screen reader demo site. Demo site. Aer Lingus. Amazon. Aer Lingus.
So we'll open up.
Internet Explorer. Cheap flights
Yeah.
to and from.
So we'll open up aerlingus.com, and Aer Lingus over the last couple of years have done a lot of
Slide
work
eight, smaller.
around accessibility. I have
Slide
been
cheap,
on the
cheap
QA
use setup.
testing team.
Slideshow. Cheap flights.
Charles never stays quiet, does she? So I've done a lot of work on the accessibility team, working with the whole team on the project, working with the project manager, the business analyst, the devs, and the product owner in a true agile environment to give
Aer Lingus
users who use aerlingus.com a good experience, certainly in terms of accessibility.
Cheap.
So let's try and book a flight somewhere, and I'll show you the forms, and then I've one or two things to say, and we'll take some time for questions.
Departure airport. Edit Dundrum.
Now this is good accessibility implementation because it tells me what the departure airport is. Dublin is in there already. Let's tab on.
Return
Oh.
trip. Return trip radio button checked. Arrival airport edit. Use JAWS key plus Alt plus M to move to controlled element.
So it's asking me what the arrival airport is. We'll put in Amsterdam.
Expanded.
And we'll tab on.
Collapsed. Trip type selection. Return trip radio button checked.
So it tells me that it's a return trip, and the state of the checkbox is announced as well as being ticked.
One-way radio button not checked.
Not ticked.
Multi-city. Outbound date. Day edit required. Use JAWS key plus Alt plus R to read descriptive text. 05.
So we can fill in our date there. Let's change that.
Day edit required. Use JAWS key. Month edit required. Use JAWS. Year edit required. Inbound date. Day edit required. Use JAWS key plus Alt plus R to read descriptive text. 14.
And it also
Inbound
tells
date.
me that the field is required as well. You heard the screen reader announcing the word required.
Month edit year edit
So that's all fine. We leave it as one passenger.
Find flights button.
Find flights button, clearly labelled. This wasn't always
Aer
in this
Lingus.
shape, by the way. It wasn't. It used to be
Virtual piece.
quite arduous to book a flight, but I think we've done some good work. So let's have a look.
Aer Lingus. Page loaded. At Dublin to Amsterdam. Heading level 2.
And we can get there again by using the H key to browse by headings, and it's Dublin to Amsterdam. Let's have a look at the table of results that's returned.
Grid with 5 columns and 5 rows.
Grid with 5 columns, 5 rows. Very descriptive.
6:15. Row 2. Flight duration 1h 40 meters.
So I know how long
Column
it's going to
2.
take.
Arrival time 8:55.
I know the arrival
Column 3,
time.
Flight number EI 602.
Flight number.
Column economy from 110.99. Toggle button collapsed.
Now
Column
you heard
5.
the way it said collapsed. So that's telling me what the state of the button is. If I expand that,
Close panel button. Out of table. Please use virtual cursor to read the content.
I did say we'd mention those words virtual cursor again so we can read the content here.
Virtual saver. List of 3 to 10 kilograms cabin bag.
And they're the benefits.
Collect ABS. Earn tire credits. List end nesting level 1. Saver 110.99 button.
That's the price. So we'll click that button to select it.
Saver 110.99 button. Flight has been added.
Again, informative. It tells me that it's been added. So that's really how the Aer Lingus, I won't take you through the whole book and flow because it would take a while, but that's how accessibility has been implemented at Aer Lingus to ensure a good user experience for the screen reader user. Let me just take you back to the last
Demo
two slides.
slides. UXDX accessibility on the web PowerPoint. Ready. UXDX accessibility. Body placeholder. Level 1. Operating systems. Languaging. No.
So this is good.
No selection. To select title placeholder. Level 1. Screen reader development.
So since the 1990s, since I began using screen readers, they've come on leaps and bounds. Apple have now built in a screen reader into an iPhone called VoiceOver. I can buy an iPhone, bring it home, open it up, triple click the home button if it was an old iPhone, because that's been dispensed now, but you can still achieve the same thing and turn on VoiceOver straight away. Microsoft have done the same with Narrator, and Google have done exactly the same. What drives all this content?
No select.
It's not Brian Dalton, that's for sure. It
Title
is
placeholder. Level 1. Driving accept.
the web content accessibility guidelines. They're set around the world, and they drive the standards for accessibility, what companies and bodies have to do to implement good accessibility features into their presentation. Hopefully, I've given you a whistle-stop tour of accessibility. We've had a few technical hitches along the way, but hopefully I've managed to get there. If I do have time, I'm happy to take some questions now. If not, I'll certainly be happy to take them through the day. Thank you so much.